In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I was able to have my first $100,000 month on Amazon FBA 2 years ago. But first, let's go all the way back to the beginning. It's December 2020. I've just finished college early. I was struggling to build an agency. I had already failed with selling on Amazon, and I had a little bit of success reselling sneakers, but was only making about $2,000 to $5,000 a month profit. I graduated college early to chase my Wi-Fi money dream, so I knew now was go time. Conveniently, the pandemic was going on, and I had a lot of friends who were still in the Amazon space who were slowly starting to have a lot of success. The reasoning behind this was they were officially able to sell name brand products like Nike, Adidas, and Neutrogena on Amazon, which previously was a complete pipe dream for beginners. I started to see this in December, January, and February, and gave it a go in early February. Once I got Ungated and Adidas, I listed some of my old shoe inventory on Amazon and it immediately started to fly. Slowly but surely, I started making consistent sales and found a couple really good friends that I now do the Buy Box Bandits podcast with. And we got on Zoom every night. We were talking in the group chat all the time, sharing leads, and we all started to have success really quick. My first month, I did about $5,000 in revenue, and my second month in March of 2021, I did about $30,000 in revenue with $6,000 in profit, and I knew this was it. I was doing all merchant fulfilled at the time, all Nike, Adidas, and this weird hair clipper product, which I was buying for $50 and selling for like $250 and making $50 profit per unit on. I slowly kept scaling this, and the next month in April, I did about $40,000 in revenue. The problem was in May, I went on vacation and I was only doing merchant fulfilled, so my sales plummeted. I recovered in June and July and hit $50,000 and $60,000 in revenue, mostly doing small quantities of products purchased from the outlets and online. The problem was I went on vacation again in early August. Conveniently though, while I was at my grandparents' in Florida, I was able to attend the Miami Sellers Conference and meet a lot of the mentors and sellers that I had been looking up to on social media for years. Seeing the Amazon community all in one place really expanded my thinking around what was possible, and I saw that ordinary people were making the money I wanted to make just because they had the balls to go for it. However, I was still all merch filled at the time, so my sales in early April were pretty much zero. I got home on August 15th and immediately turned all my listings back on. Now, I knew back to school was going to be a good time, but I had no idea what was about to happen next. Products were flying faster than I had ever seen before merchant fulfill, and I did about $100,000 in revenue in the 2-week period between mid-August and the end of August. That back-to-school period completely changed my life. I was making $1,000 a day profit. It was my first month over $15,000 profit and my first month over $100,000 in revenue. And there were 3 things that really went into making that possible. The first thing, and it sounds simple, but it's a limiting belief a lot of people struggle to get over, is actually increasing your purchase quantities. It's just as much work to buy 100 of something as it is to buy 10 of a product, but it yields 10 times the profit. And it's tough for people to get over that mental barrier and start to increase those purchase quantities, but it made a huge difference for me. The biggest difference between July of 2021 and August of 2021 was I finally got comfortable buying 50, 100, 200 quantities of different products. And the reason this supercharged my growth so much was I was mainly doing merchant fulfilled, and so when I would buy a product, it would arrive within a couple days from the website I was buying off of, Kohl's, Target, etc. And then I could get that product listed really, really quick. But not only could I get it listed and sold within just a few days, I could also have a restock order arrive that same week and get that same product back in stock and keep it in stock, which builds more buy box share, sales history, and lets you scale a lot quicker than waiting 2 to 3 weeks for your inventory to get to the Amazon FBA warehouse. That was the second major catalyst of my growth, was definitely merchant fulfilling products. And luckily, the day you're watching this video, we still have about 5 weeks left of back to school being really poppin'. I wouldn't necessarily send in any new FBA inventory after the next couple days, but it's a great opportunity to get after it with merchant fulfilled, and especially with retail arbitrage, going to the outlets, Kohl's, Marshalls, Target, TJ Maxx, as well as big retail websites that have sales going on, which luckily is a lot of them right now. You can order something or pick something up today and have it sold within a few days and restock that product incredibly quick. A pro tip in terms of merchant fulfilling products is mainly look to get your supplies from Amazon and Walmart. When you start, Walmart on the boxes, Amazon on the polymers, as well as, if you can, go on Amazon and hit the gear button in the top right, go down to shipping settings, hit general shipping settings on the left, and toggle your delivery date to 0-day handling time if at all possible. If you can ship same day prior to noon or 2 p.m., you're going to be able to get a ton of extra buy box share and sell products quicker at higher prices than your competition, which is also going to let you restock products a lot quicker this time of year. In terms of products to look for back to school, obviously backpacks are the one that comes to mind in terms of being really poppin'. The nice thing is if you look at the Keepa charts in a lot of backpacks, the competition is going down, the price is going up, so now is a perfect time to get after in terms of finding them. Also, office supplies, arts and craft, crayons, soccer gear, football gear, those sporting seasons are also coming up, as well as shoes and clothing in general are completely popping off right now. And using SellerAmp storefront stocking, our tool, it'll be really easy to locate a lot of products storefront stocking from backpack listings and taking a look at what successful sellers are selling inside their catalogs. It's important to know when you look up a product with SellerAmp and Google Shopping, all the websites you see carrying those are probably where that product's coming from. It's important to note that almost every website has some sort of discount or coupon code or multiple that you can combine, which is going to be the catalyst for making that item profitable. Even if you have no experience with merch filling, I'd incredibly recommend to start getting after it right now, this time of year, so you can start selling items really quick and then eventually buying big quantities as we get later into the month, which are the two main catalysts we've discussed in terms of my growth in terms of hitting 100,000 revenue. The third one was definitely getting access to capital. Having a business American Express credit card was incredibly big for me because once I built a system I was comfortable with scaling, leverage really helped me throw gas on the fire in terms of skyrocketing my sales really quick. Obviously, it's not for everyone, but for my personal situation and risk tolerance, it made sense for me to really squeeze what I could out of the system while we did have it, because unfortunately, back to school and Q4 are finite periods of time where we have a lot of time and can get a lot of sales in quick, but they don't last forever. So right now till early September is back to school, and then Q4 is especially going to kick off in November. So back to school is like a mini Q4. It's going to be an incredibly good time to get after in a couple months. And I'm going to make sure you guys are prepared for that as well. That $100,000 in revenue month and $15,000 profit completely changed my thinking around what was possible money-wise, and I realized that if other people can do it, so can I, and it was only a matter of time if I kept taking the right actions and working towards my goals, meeting other sellers, finding great listings, selling through profitable inventory, and then restocking higher amounts, and finding new coupon codes, discount codes, and stuff like that was going to lead to a lot of opportunity. Q4 of that year, in December 2021, I made $50,000 profit in a single month flipping name brand products on Amazon, which is probably hard for some of you guys to even fathom, but trust me, it's incredibly doable if you work incredibly hard and take the right actions every day. My recommendations to you are get to your local Nike outlet, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Kohl's as quick as possible, as well as take a look at some of the websites you see me talk about in my videos in terms of finding profitable products, especially the 52-minute long sourcing ride-along video I posted a few weeks ago with a ton of winning product examples, but more importantly, showing you guys how to locate a lot of winning product examples with reverse sourcing for yourselves. Combine good sourcing with merchant fulfilling different products, and you're going to have a ton of opportunity the next 5 weeks, especially as we start to get into the tail end of back to school time from like August 15th to the 25th, which is really like the peak season. So right now is an incredibly good time to get started and start taking action. If you want my full back to school Google Doc, I made a completely free one that I'm going to put down below in the description, as well as I answer all comments. So if you guys have any questions, please do let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get after it.